This program is brought to you by Tyvision Media, helping stokvels and burial societies reach their goals.
Welcome to our brand new show, Ke Zaka Stokvel Insights, a platform where stokvel and burial society members learn more about the world of business, and business leaders get to understand stokvels and burial societies a whole lot more. If you would like us to answer some of your stokvel and burial society questions, please send us a voice note to this number 081-596-1065. You can also contact us using the email info@tyvisionmedia.co.za. Now we kick off the first episode with a discussion around burial societies, underwriting, and all other related matters. And joining me in studio is our resident expert guest in this field, Thabiso Masudubele from Tyvision Media. But before we get into the discussion, this week's question is from Ipopeng Burial Society from Voslorus in Ekurhuleni here in Gauteng.
Good day. My name is Nontobeko Gumede. I live in Voslorus. I am sending this message on behalf of our ladies club, Ipopeng. We are about 10 members and still waiting for people to join, as our aim is to be at least 15 members in the group. We as members have always discussed about investment. So one day we decided to go to a certain bank regarding our problem with investment. Unfortunately, that did not fall. Now, we as Ipopeng Ladies Club would like financial advice from Ke Zaka. We have realized that we can find an underwriter and also invest depending on the amount of money we have as a burial society. Now, our question is 1. What is an underwriter? 2. Can we still use a savings account for burial? 3. Is an underwriter and funeral parlor the same? 4. The importance of us having an underwriter and what we should take into consideration when finding an underwriter. Thank you.
Before we tackle the first part of our question from Ipopeng Burial Society, Thabiso, can you just briefly touch on the concept of stokvels themselves and how they've evolved over the years?
Hi, thanks, Nonto. I think there's been a massive evolution, not only for stokvels, but for the corporate sector as well. So I'll touch on both aspects, the evolution and how it's impacted both aspects. So when you look at stokvels, I think initially stokvels started, where people got together to assist people who couldn't afford burials and that sort of thing. So the sense of community was a huge part. And so what we've noticed is that they've grown beyond that now. So what we see is that you've got stokvels and burial societies, which far and large still do what they initially started doing. But they've then evolved to include various other things that they're doing. So you've got grocery stokvels, you've got investment clubs, you've got travel stokvels, you've got all sorts of stokvels, as long as they're all still premised on the concept of collective, as in together we can do more and achieve more, provided that people still have the same objectives, they want to achieve the same goals. The interesting thing is that they also give them different names. So, some people will say, we're not a stokvel, we're an investment club. Some people will say, we are a travel society, not necessarily a stokvel. But I think it becomes semantics. The bottom line is that it's a group of people coming together, wanting to achieve the same objective and understanding that they can get there together as a collective much quicker. So that's with regards to how the groups themselves have evolved.
We just heard from Ipopeng, the voice note playing out, that they touched on the term underwriter. What is it all about?
Well, I think the term underwriter is very important, and having engaged with many stokvels, I think there's a misunderstanding of what the word means. So I'll give you an example. You'll have a burial society that says, you ask them a question, do you have an underwriter? And then they say yes, only to find out that they don't actually have an underwriter. They're saving their money in a bank. or they're putting their money, in some unregistered organization. So an underwriter is basically an insurer. It's someone who is authorized to offer an insurance product legally through the FSCA, the Financial Services Conduct Authority. So an underwriter is an insurer who's authorized to provide this insurance to ensure that when claims do come through, they're able to honor those claims. So a financial service provider, which is an underwriter, normally has what's called an FSP license, which people can then check up to make sure that that underwriter is authorized as an underwriter and an insurer to provide the financial service product that they are.
So underwriter equals to insurer.
Yeah.
Now, how can one ensure that the funeral policy that they are being offered does come with an underwriter?
I think the quickest way to look at it is to ensure that on whatever documentation that you receive, there should be, at the bottom of all these ads that we see, these wonderful financial instrument ads that have FSP number 47384, whatever that number is. That's actually the quickest way of checking that it's an authorized insurer, because what you can then do is take that FSP number, check it on the FSCA website under providers, and then it should come up to say this is the insurance company that we have. Now, one of the challenges with Stokvel is that such information isn't easily accessible. So one of the things that we do, we're able to assist Stokvels, especially in outlying areas which are not in urban areas, to then ask that whatever financial product they've bought, they then send us the FSP number. We then able to check for them. And it's a simple check to see whether they're registered with the FSCA or not.
Now, Thabiso, obviously there's a lot of terminologies that we need to get through and just seeing the difference between them as well. There are many funeral policies offered in the market, and it's important to ensure you choose one that has an underwriter through a properly registered financial services provider, often called an FSP. If you would like to ensure that you and your business burial society's funeral cover has an underwriter through a registered FSP, please do contact us using the details on the screen. Now we're going to take a very short break. Stay tuned for more on Ke Zaka Stokvel Insights.